Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I am Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of a Masterson's 10-year straight rye whiskey. So this one actually was found by a super fan on the channel, Steve. So I was kind of interested to try it because I'll get into the particulars and you'll see why. This one comes in at 90 proof. We got it for $63.99. It is a 10-year whiskey. It is a product of Canada. It's bottled by the Masterson's Whiskey Company out of Fairfield, California. This is a 100% rye whiskey, and it's named after William Bat Madison. Bat or Bay? I think it is Bat. I think it's Bat Madison. He was a gambler, a buffalo hunter, an army scout, a gunfighter, and a newspaper man. And he did it all, and he did it well. So that's what they named him after. Anyways, that's where this actually.
It was the beginning part of the story.
That's why I wrote it. I thought it was funny on the thing. So I do believe that this is actually comes out of the same thing. Remember that Alberta one that we had a while back?
Yep.
I do believe it's made by the same people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do believe. So I thought, even though it's a low proof.
I thought that was made in Canada. Go ahead.
It isn't made in Canada. So isn't this product of Canada? Okay. So, but that was a high proof one. This one is 10 years, but they brought it down to 90 proof, which is just almost annoying. But I figured, while he was there, I'm like, you know what? Get it, because it's different. We don't have really anything from Canada, other than that one.
For the most part.
Did I miss your glass?
Yeah.
All right. I love that.
It's all right.
Yeah. So, see how it is. I know we liked the Alberta one. Alberta Premium was actually relatively good.
It was pretty good.
Didn't do well in a blind. Well, when we were doing the blinds for the end of the year, it ended up falling off a little bit. It was good, but it didn't have the flavor like the hard truth and all that.
It kind of doesn't have that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of really not pulled a Canadian yet that has like a multiple flavor. This nose is different, but there's not like a totally bourbon nose.
We've only done a few 100% ryes. So I kind of wanted to see like where it went with it. Still not as minty as the said one that I won't name anymore.
I'm not getting crazy mint at all. There's a light mint, but
there's
something different.
There was something different in there.
I'm almost wondering if it's the wood, because it sat for 10 years and but it's a rye.
But what does that have to do with the wood? It confused me.
Well, because it's sat in, I don't know what it's white oak barrels for 10 years or something.
The new oak barrels, that's the same as what the other one is. It depends on how heavily charred they were.
But it looks at the bottle, not very.
No. I don't know where if it says the barrels, 10 years. Distilled in a pot still and aged in white oak casks for just over 10 years. So, I don't know. I don't know where to go with this one. I do want to say, for all you distillers out there, or companies that age something 12 years and then bring it down to 90 proof, that is just wrong in so many ways. You know what I mean? Like, at least leave it at 100.
Tom.
No, honestly, think about it. I mean, you're going to spend 10 years of your life waiting for the barrel to mature, and then you water it down. You know what I mean? So you lose all the flavor that it could have possibly had. So,
but they got the extra 10 bottles.
Mm-hmm. There was a different taste in this, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
In my joking little manner, I was still trying to think of, yes, you are correct. There is.
Yeah. It's not bringing really that. It has a sweetness, like a fruity sweetness, but it's not really. It's not like an apricot or a peach or something like that. There is something in it.
It doesn't even have like a crazy sparkle for 100% rye, which I thought it would be a lot more baby orgeat, a lot more.
I think that's because it's 50% water. So that I think that's why. All right, stop being like that.
Okay, you could probably sell me on that, though. It doesn't really have a crazy amount of flavor.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm just thinking how much better it would have been had they left it at 63.7% alcohol. You know what I mean? Where like this one,
But again, look, even the color difference. There's just something different here.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is not 10 years.
I don't think it was, but it was
But
very. It was
way better.
It was way better than this. But that's off a long memory for me.
This is where I was torn when he's like, you want it, you not want it, and I'm thinking, you know, if you do the age per $10, it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's under the $10 a year. But then when you factor in the fact that it's only 90 proof, I mean, if I'm being honest, it's not bad in any way. Like there is a weirdness in the middle, and I'm wondering if it's going to turn into a funk. But there's like nothing that's saying, "Ooh, this doesn't taste good, bad." You know, like there's nothing that I'm like, "Ooh, I don't want to drink that." But on the other hand, there's nothing that like, "Wow, I can't wait to drink that."
So when I was reading this, the only wow factor I had in the whole story was it was a 10-year. So I was thinking, okay, 10-year, is this going to keep up with like Eagle Rare or those? And I know it's a rye. And the answer to that is no.
No.
Honestly, of all the 10 years behind us, no. It's going to get smoked.
Correct.
And
yes.
and
yes.
I mean, this is another reason I don't spend a lot of time in this aisle. It's other than the Alberta, we really had not much.
Well, this was actually just this would be in a rye aisle because it is a rye.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't see the bottle, like the color. I think that would have turned me off on it just because it is very light.
It's ultra light. Even when I was
really
reading the bottle, I was like,
Which, you know, I kind of went off, all right, it's a 10-year, $63. That's not outrageous for a 10-year whiskey. And I remember how much I liked the Alberta one. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is going to be banging. This, I think, would be if it wasn't so proofed down. I think that's what I think. I don't even know. Maybe
it's got to be a ultra light jar too for 10 years.
And they might have did that too. Like you know what I mean?
They did say it was going to be ultra smooth in their little story and everything, and this is going to be the Amazing Man's rye.
But you got to remember,
Amazing Man's
it's
rye
aged
of no
in
flavor.
Canada. Canada is not very hot compared to like Texas or Kentucky. You know what I mean? It has its days, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, you know, you're not getting that much either. You know what I mean? So that makes a big difference. That's like aging it in Scotland where it's rainy and crappy all the time. You know what I mean? It doesn't get that's why the Scottish and the Irish, you know, you're like 18 year and you could see through it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not getting that fluctuation of temperature. I'm assuming that's what happened to this. I honestly believe if they didn't.
Yeah. So what happened to that?
If they didn't,
in a heavy char.
Or I don't remember exactly where that went down to, but maybe it was actually aged where it was done. Like if this was aged in California, it might have more color. You know what I mean?
It did say it uses the water from the Rockies, but
well, they used a lot of water from the Rockies. That's for sure. That's the problem. That you diluted the color with the 3,000 gallons of water. Yeah, you got to figure how many barrels went into the batch. You know what I mean? And then they got to proof it down to 90.
I don't.
It is.
I'm not overly excited with this one, and even the neatest thing about this whole thing was the guy and his story. Because nothing else to me.
I was kind of excited.
I was too when I was reading it. There's no real wow anything.
This is just a bad week. We had a bad Monday. We had a bad Tuesday. Now we have a bad Wednesday. You got to pick better over there. Because Peerless, okay, we just did. I picked it. We just did Peerless.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I believe it was yesterday. We did it.
One of those 2 days, yes.
And then I didn't even want to give it a C+. I can't beat this one. This can't beat Peerless because at least you can't see through that one.
I'm barely in the C.
And it had a okay. That's all I'm thinking. I agree.
I'm C minus C barely, and I would not recommend anyone spending the $64. I'd go down. I definitely would go with the Alberta if you're gonna go Canadian, and it's not a rye, but it's got way more flavor.
After pouring a little bit more, there is a slight fruity presence that's coming in the front. And it does give you a slight pop rocky feel. If they've left this at 110 even, this would be like a night and day. You know, it's hard to say a 10-year whiskey and you don't get an oaky presence, though. I agree with that, too. Like, you need some kind of an oaky presence with it. You really do. Like,
I mean, I guess if anything, it's pretty easy. So if that's what the 10 years did, it's 10 years and 90 proof. So I don't know.
Bernheim was the same price that we just did Sunday, and they would absolutely spank this thing. All of them. Larceny is even cheaper.
The nose wouldn't even come close. And actually, in first look, if this was in a blind, I'm sure it's going to be in a blind. I'm going to automatically, without even smelling it, think I went across the pond.
I mean, we did the rare breed rye, which is like less money than this, and that would absolutely. There's so many ryes out there that would. I think the hard truth right behind me is actually less money, and this would absolutely destroy it. Yeah, $67. So for the same thing, this I will agree with Mike. I don't know if he said it, but I'm going to say it for him. If any other rye you find out there, give it a try, because I honestly think. I think Wild Turkey 101 rye that you got for $18.99 would catch up to this. You know what I'm saying?
This is very bland,
monotoned, very little flavor.
Funky waggler word, but that's
sorry, but it is. It's just it's one note throughout, and it's not even a good note. It's just there.
It's barely a note.
Yeah. So we do enough long ones. We'll keep this short and sweet. If you guys have tried this, leave a comment down below. If you had not tried this, walk by it like this. Don't even bother, because
read the story. That's a good part.
It is a cool thing, and that's kind of what intrigued me, and the fact that I'm like, you know what? Let's try another one from Canada. Canada.
I'm gonna experiment somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, well, there you go. That's our review. And again, if you guys like it or disagree with us, leave a comment down below. I don't mind that at all. I don't
either.
You need so much more for $63. You know what I mean? If this was $20, that's a steal. Go ahead and get it. It's okay, but that's about it. You know what I mean? Because there are some out there that are that cheap that I think will beat this.
Even if it was 30, it's a 10-year. That would be a great price, and then it would be probably more tolerable.
Correct.
This at 64.
You want some kind of taste besides water-esque.
It's very blah.
Mm-hmm.
Nose is very blah. Taste is pretty blah.
I mean, it does give you a little bit of it. It had promise. It's just watered down. That's all. So there you go. That's the Masterson's 10-year straight rye whiskey. Again, always love to hear from you guys. That's our review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.